Let's go back to the story on the migrant crisis taking its toll on the German chancellor, Angela Merkel. Lawmakers from the region of Bavaria are preparing a formal letter of protest, describing the mood among the population as worse than ever. There's even talk of a revolt within the ruling coalition. RT's Lizzie Phelan joins me live from Berlin for more. Hi, Lizzie. So could Angela Merkel, potentially be looking at a coup here?
Well, there's little surprise that she's feeling this bad atmosphere because it's come as close to home as within her own ranks. Now, the Chancellor is facing a revolt that's primarily concentrated in the traditionally conservative state of Bavaria, which also happens to be the main entry point for refugees into Germany. The Chancellor is actually today visiting Bavaria in the wake of criticism from one of her most prominent allies, Bavaria's state premier, who is in fact threatening legal action over the Chancellor's so-called open door policy towards refugees, despite new figures released this week, which show that, in fact, the number of deportations of asylum seekers doubled in 2015. But he's for a long time been a staunch opponent of the Chancellor's approach to immigration, and here's what he's previously had to say on the topic.
We need this limit on immigration to keep alive solidarity among the population. We need to be very wary here, and this is what justifies our demands towards Berlin.
Now, adding salt to the Chancellor's wounds, many members of her own CDU party and its Bavarian sister party, the CSU, penned a letter to the Chancellor urging her to tighten borders, with her own transport minister using very inflammatory language, suggesting that Europe faces some kind of existential crisis unless borders are shut down. Now, all of this comes on the back of events, of course, in Cologne over New Year's, where hundreds of sexual assaults were alleged against people of primarily North African and Arab descent, through which there was a flurry of hysterical reaction in the media and a spike in racist attacks on the streets of Germany against ethnic minorities. Now, despite Merkel quickly trying to appease that reaction by backing laws that would see migrants deported more quickly to their country of origin, despite potentially violating the Geneva Convention, opinion polls show that support for her conservative bloc is at its lowest point since 2013. So essentially what we're seeing is, after a year of the Chancellor being widely lauded for having what was regarded as the most humane approach to the spike in refugees dying, trying to reach the European Union, we're essentially moving back to square one, to put it mildly, as thousands of refugees continue to wait in Europe's freezing winter for sanctuary, only to find that they're increasingly unwelcome.
Thank you for giving us the update, Lizzie. That was RT's Lizzie Phelan joining us live from Berlin. Thank you.